Yes.
Okay? And there's a conversation in which they're talking about,
Your Honor, at this point I object to best evidence rule.
Overruled.
they're talking about the fact that it must have been somebody who knows that he showed it to,
Yes.
okay? And continuing on that page, on page 232, and this is the text message that's at 5176 and 5175. There is a specific discussion from Sean Henry to Mr. Warpagel talking about it is a silver two-door Dodge on rims, black rims,
Correct.
right?
Yes.
Okay. Then I want you to go to page 229. Actually, starting at 228. There's a conversation with an individual named Kyle, in which Mr. Vorpagel sends a text to Kyle and says to him, I mailed 60 pounds from Michigan to my partner's house, and yesterday somebody went into his house while he was at work and stole all of the indoor cameras and modems, right?
Yes.
And continuing at text message 5061 on page 228, he's talking about, and they stole 600 Xanax and 6 pounds from me.
Yes, that was sent before the I mailed 60 pounds message.
Okay.
Yes.
And on page 229 then, at text message 5072 and 5073, Mr. Vorpagel is texting Kyle and asking him if you've ever seen this before.
This truck before, yes.
Right, okay? So, in the very late evening of that night, there are some text messages at page 221. They're actually 4862 and 4863. And these are messages between Sean Henry and Mr. Vorpagel, right?
Yes.
And in fact, Sean Henry says to Mr. Vorpagel, straight, wait though, we aren't positive it was them.
Yes.
Okay. In addition to the conversations about this, I would like you to look at what I've numbered as page 4. And these are some conversations between an individual who's known as Teddy Michigan and Mr. Vorpagel.
Are those, is that the page numbers or?
At the bottom of the page, I had numbered page 4. Yeah. Oh, maybe
I don't have that copy. Yeah.
All right, try 193 in the actual extraction.
Yes.
Okay. So in 193, this conversation begins between Teddy Michigan and Mr. Vorpagel, in which they appear to be talking about the exchange of some product for money.
Yes.
Okay? Asking him about, on 192, do you want any white?
At this point, I'm going to object again. It's leading. It's,
Sustained.
okay? And I want you to go to the end there at page 174, 173, 172, and you'll see that even on your copy, it should be, the Teddy Michigan should be in what, it should be in red. And it's 3572 is the message.
$35.72, yes.
Where Mr. Teddy Michigan is telling him to get to the post office and asking him, did you send it?
Yes.
Okay. And then turn to page 143, sir.
Okay.
Okay, and from 143 all the way down that page, and 142 all the way down that page, to 141 all the way down that page, you see messages just continuously from Teddy Michigan to Charlie, just saying, Charlie, Charlie,
Objection,
Charlie,
leaving best evidence.
Sustained.
okay? What do you see on those pages, sir, all 3 pages?
Repeated text messages from a contact named Teddy Michigan to Charlie, where the text message just says Charlie.
Okay. Look at 132, text message 2248.
Okay.
Okay, and is that a message between Mr. Warpagel and an individual named Teddy Michigan?
Yes, it's a message from Teddy Michigan to Charlie.
Saying what?
It says either answer your phone today or I'm gonna start fucking your grandparents' house up.
About page 130, sir. A series of text messages at 2193 to 2199.
Yes.
Okay, and those are messages between who?
Again, Teddy Michigan and Charles Warpagel.
And they are from Teddy Michigan to Mr. Warpagel,
There's exchanges back and forth.
okay? And 2193 from Teddy Michigan to Mr. Warpagel says what?
It says I gave you $600.
And immediately after that, Mr. Michigan says,
Well, that was before that. How do you want it read in?
oh, I'm sorry. I didn't invert these. Okay. All right, okay. Let's start then with 2199.
Okay.
That is a message from Charlie to Teddy Michigan, and he says,
This is from Charlie to Teddy. It says, Jesus man, over 100 text.
and then Mr. Michigan replies,
Mr. Michigan says, hope there's 10,000.
and Mr. Michigan then says,
What's the deal, Charlie?
and Charlie replies,
I'm sending your 135 back. I can't get enough bars at the moment.
and then Mr. Michigan says,
Dude, what the fuck?
and Mr. Michigan also says,
Give me the other money also.
and the last message,
Is I gave you from Charlie to Teddy, I gave you $600.
okay. And at
Or, I'm sorry, that was from Teddy to Charlie. Yes.
right, Mr. Michigan saying, I gave you $600.
Yes.
All right, look at page 129. last message at 21:49. And that is a message from Mr. Michigan to Charlie, right?
Yes.
And Mr. Michigan says,
He says, I just don't understand when someone tells me, yeah, I got it for you, and it was already sent out, then returned, why I don't get it. Can you explain that to me?
okay. And the last message, sure, at 22:47. And this is a message actually from Mr. Warpagel to Teddy, Michigan.
Which number?
It is 22:47. Sorry, 21:47.
Okay, that message is sent from Charles to Teddy. It says, I got barred out, sold them to someone else. I'll let you know when I have one.
Okay. So it appears that Mr. Warpagel is having a conflict with Mr. Michigan about
Objection,
something that's not
speculation.
sent to him.
Sustained, rephrase.
All right, sir. Now, if you'll turn to page, text message 3964 at page 192.
Yes.
Okay, and this appears to be a text message that is to an individual named Coleslaw from Mr. Warpagel.
Yes.
And what is Mr. Warpagel saying?
He says, let me know. It's LMK, which is slang for let me know if you need anything this week.
Okay, and at 3957, which is on page 191, 3957, you see Mr. Coleslaw replied to Mr. Warpagel.
Yes, he says, for sure, need those 50 bars and OZ for ounce of dust.
Okay. And let's just skip, sir, to page 161, text message 3127. And this is a message from Coleslaw to Mr. Warpagel,
What number again, please?
3127 on page 161.
Okay.
And this individual Coleslaw messages Mr. Warpagel saying what?
He says, so you didn't send it out.
And at 3126, which is about 6 minutes later, Mr. Warpagel replies,
It said it would be there Friday, but the address didn't look familiar but it's the right one.
okay? And at 3125 on that same page, which is about a minute later,
Yes.
okay, Coleslaw replies,
All right, better be here Friday, big hoss.
okay? And let's just skip to page 145 to text message 2640. And this is a message from this individual Coleslaw to Mr. Warpagel.
What's the message number, please?
2640,
Yes.
okay? And what is he saying?
If you can't get it out by today, just Venmo me back $1,500.
In addition to Mr. Warhagel's phone, one of the phones that you were given for extraction was a phone that belonged to one of the suspects, Mr. Vasata,
Yes.
okay? And I'm going to show you a copy of that extraction that has previously been marked as 9 for identification.
Yes, this is the Christopher Vasata extraction.
Okay, and is the same system that you use to extract Mr. Warhagel's phone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And so we have previously discussed that you were aware of the phone numbers of Lucas Sukas, Sean Henry, Mr. Warhagel, as well as Mr. Vasata.
Yes.
Okay, at this point, Judge, I am going to offer into evidence pages 1 through 6 of the phone records.
I'd like to see if I could.
Take a look.
Peel the front 6 on, okay. There's only 3 pages here. No objection.
All right, admitted.
Okay, so
You got a new, you want a new number on it?
it's going to be 13, Judge. We're just going to take the first 6 pages, and that's going to be the only thing that goes in as evidence.
From your perspective? Okay.
All right, sir. If you would, can we look at page 4 of the extraction that you have in front of you? And beginning at page 4 as well as on 5 and 6, this part of the extraction is called what?
This is the call log.
Okay? And the call log actually just contains data that shows whether it's an missed call, an outgoing call, an incoming call, the phone number that it was coming from or going to, the date and time, and the length of the call.
Yes.
Okay, and so I would ask you to look at, starting on page 4, at line 32, call 32.
Yes.
Okay, there is a call that is made at 12:17 on February 5th. Actually, I'm sorry, let's just, because these are again in reverse order, right?
Yes.
Okay, so let's go to page 6. And this would be at line 113. At 9:13 p.m. on February the 1st, 2017, there is a phone call there,
Yes.
and that is a phone call coming in or going out?
It's an incoming call.
And who is it coming from?
It's coming from Sean H.
And the number that is listed there is 561-324-4510. Is that Mr. Henry?
Can I check with my
Sure.
report to verify that? Yes, it is.
And right after that, the next phone call that's listed at line 112, is that an incoming or an outcoming call?
It's an outgoing call.
So that is from Mr. Vasata
Yes.
to what number?
561-346-3604.
Okay, and consistent with the contacts that you gathered, is that in fact Luke Kasukas?
I'd have to review. I didn't memorize the number. I'm sorry.
It's all right, I have it up if you want.
Yes, that's consistent with Luke's phone number.
And then immediately after the phone call to Mr. Kasukas at line 111, there is another phone call. And it is an incoming or an outgoing call?
It's an outgoing call to Sean H.
And a minute later, at about 110, line 110, which is at 9:44 on February the 1st, there is an incoming call.
Yes, an incoming call from Sean H.
Okay. Well, staying on that same page, sir, and going up to line 83. The next day, February 2nd, 2017, at 9:27 p.m., there is an outgoing call to that same number, 3604,
Yes.
Lucas Sukas.
Yes.
Okay, and at line 80, there is a phone call at 11 p.m. on February 2nd, 2017, to someone who is in the phone as Charlie.
Yes.
All right, and immediately after that, that call lasts 36 seconds, the one to Charlie.
Yes, it does.
And it is followed immediately, a minute later, to a call to someone who is in the phone as Uncle Charlie.
Correct.
Okay, but that is 561-297-7013, and is that Mr. Vorpagel?
Yes, the 7013, so the contact listed in his phone as Uncle Charlie is the same number as Charles Vorpagel.
And just continuing over to the next page, page 5. Starting at line 78. February 2nd, 2017, and continuing up to line 70, which is February 3rd, 2017. Okay. There's an outgoing call at 11:10 on February 2nd. It is to who?
The outgoing call is to the phone number that belongs to Luke. Luke is not in one of the contacts, that's why it shows just his phone number.
Okay. And an incoming call immediately after that at 11:11, also from Luke?
An incoming call from Luke at 11:11, yes.
Okay. And then another outgoing call at 11:13?
Yes. Yes, an outgoing call to Luke.
And at 75, there is then an outgoing call from Mr. Vasata again to Uncle Charlie.
Yes.
Okay. And finally, at the top of that page, sir, this is on February 4th. It is line 38 and 37.
Yes.
There are 2 phone calls, one that is incoming at 7:20. That is from who?
From Sean H.
Okay, Sean Henry.
Yes.
And an outgoing call at 7:31 from Mr. Vasata to who?
To Sean Henry.
Okay. That's all I have, Judge.
Okay. Cross?
Yes. Do you have an exhibit? What's it with him?
Which one? The last one?
Well, all of it.
He has the extract.
Watch that wire.
Can I see the exhibits? And 13. 13. Sir, in addition, good morning, by the way. In addition to pulling records and extractions from the phone numbers we already spoke about, did you pull phone records from a person named Marcus Stewart?
Yes, I did.
And what is his phone number? And
Um,
first of all, let me backtrack. Were you given a phone that was found in a BMW that belongs to a man named Marcus Stewart?
Yes, I was.
And what phone number was associated with that number?
There were actually 2 phones that belonged to Marcus Stewart.
Okay.
The 2 phone numbers associated with them, there was one was an LG Tribute, which was 561-234-8146, and another was an LG, a 328BG phone model, and that was 561-229-7250.
And did you do the same extraction on Marcus Stewart's phone that you did on Charles Vorpagel, Christopher Vasata, and Sean Henry?
On one of the phones, I did. I used the mobile forensic software to extract the data. On the other phone, it was not able to be extracted using that software. So I went through the phone manually and basically copied everything from the phone into an Excel spreadsheet.
Now, showing you, and I just want to double check with Ms. Ramsey which exhibit is which. And the first 6 pages were admitted. And I want to show you what we're talking about, State's Exhibit, phone extraction 13 being Chris Vasata's phone. Is this Chris Vasata's phone?
Yes, it is.
Okay. And you were asked questions about incoming calls, outgoing calls. A little hard to see from here, but let's zoom in. And we have February, beginning with February 7th, 2017, correct?
At the top of the page, yes.
Yes. If you need to step down, you can see.
I can see,
Okay, I'll use this and ask you about, so when we see this format, it says from, what does that mean? Does that mean that, when it says from, does that mean that phone number is calling Chris Vasata?
yes.
And sometimes, or am I correct in that sometimes people could call you from a blocked number and you really can't find out who it is, right?
Yes.
So, and then when it says to, does that mean that Chris Vasata is calling that number there?
Yes.
All right. Now, you told us what one of Marcus Stewart's phone number was that you received from the phone in that BMW was 229-7250. Let me ask you, February 5th, 2017, you see a phone number, 561-229-7250, is that Marcus Stewart's phone number?
Yes, ma'am.
So this one that's entitled number 7, does that mean Marcus Stewart on February 5th, 2017 called Chris Vasata?
Yes.
And the call lasted 14 minutes, 14 seconds?
14 seconds.
What does this mean? 7:58, or I'm sorry, 8:06:19 p.m.
Yes.
What's UTC minus 5?
Again, it's the Eastern time zone.
Okay. We're going backwards, right? So let me start from the end of this page, actually. Let me put it in sequential order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So phone records from Vasata, February 1st, 2007, and we're going up, right?
Yes.
Okay. All the numbers. You see communication with Charlie Vorpagel, correct?
Yes.
And communication with Luke Kasukos, correct?
Yes.
And then February 3rd, 2017, a missed call, is that what that means?
Yes.
That this phone number, 561-229-7250, called Vasata?
Yes.
Is that Marcus Stewart's number?
Yes, it is.
And then February 4th, 2017, 12:54 p.m., Marcus Stewart called again.
Yes.
Missed call. 1:53 p.m., Marcus Stewart called again.
Yes.
Missed call.
Yes.
And then closer now, the day of the murders. February 5th, 2017, at 7:38 p.m. What does that show? Outgoing.
It shows it, yes, an outgoing call to Marcus Stewart from Christopher Vasata.
So Vasata's calling Stewart.
Yes.
16 seconds, right? And then an incoming call from at 7:39:17, a minute later, Marcus Stewart calls Chris Vasata, correct?
Correct.
Then 7:58:36 p.m., night of murders. Chris Vasata calls Marcus Stewart again.
Yes.
8:06 p.m. Does Marcus Stewart call Chris Vasata, 14 seconds?
Yes.
In addition to these phone records, you also pulled text messages from Marcus Stewart, is that correct?
Yes.
And what number, sir, is this thing on? Mr. Clark?
He's checking.
I'm sorry? 333. Thank you, sir. And Mark, this is State's Exhibit 333. I've shown them to Ms. Ramsey. This one will be, 333 will be for ID purposes. And then we have 334. And then 335. Let me just show you these quickly and ask you if you've seen these. Is State's Exhibit for identification purposes 333, the full set of Marcus Stewart's text messages that you extracted from his phone?
Yes, it's the text messages, and there's also a call log here.
Hold on, okay. And then let me show you 334 and 335, a redacted version of that. In other words, taking out irrelevant texts of Mr. Stewart's and just highlighting text between him and Vasata. 334, 335, does that fairly and accurately depict their communications on certain days?
Yes, it does.
Okay, and state moves states 334, 335 into evidence with permission to publish.
Any objection? Admitted.
353 removing for ID purposes. February 5th, 2017, when we have, in this particular exhibit, when we have, are these from, first of all, are these from Marcus Stewart's text messages?
Yes.
So February 5th, 2017 at 5:49 p.m., it says inbox. What does that mean?
That means it's a message that Marcus received.
Okay, so Marcus received a message, and are these messages from Chris Vasata over here on the right?
Yes.
So Chris Vasata texted Marcus Stewart saying tomorrow,
Yes. Well,
or to MRW, right?
yeah, I'd have to look. I don't know if the whole thing's part of the message.
Let me, if I could have
It starts-
333 back. Go ahead and tell us.
I mean, the message starts with "Yo, man," and then it ends with "tomorrow."
Okay.
It's all part of the same
I see what
message.
you're saying. So
Yes.
it heads up there. Okay, so who is sending this message that starts with "Yo, man"?
So Chris is sending the message to Marcus that starts, it says, "Yo, man, I know I keep telling you I'm coming, and I never do. I'm just not feeling too good. I'll see you tomorrow."
And then at 5:50, a minute later, does Marcus send Chris Vasata a message that says, "Okay, bro"?
Yes.
But that same day, a little bit later, we have text messages between them, correct?
Yes.
And tell us what these messages, who sent them to who? At February 5th, 2017 at 8 p.m., there's a sent message. What does that mean?
That means that Marcus sent it to Christopher?
That Marcus Stewart sent Chris Vasata a message saying OMW now?
Yes.
You said you're familiar with computer slang. What's OMW mean?
On my way.
So Marcus sent Chris Vasata a message saying, "On my way now," and then 8 p.m. to, who's sending this, how long do you think?
And then Chris is responding to Marcus, "How long you think?"
So Marcus received an inbox saying, "How long you think?" And then there's a set one saying, "On my way now," right? This is at 8 p.m. the night of the murders?
Yes.
You didn't see any text messages between Marcus Stewart and Charlie Vorpagel, did you?
I don't remember.
Okay. So in addition to the call logs, the phone calls, there's text messages between Marcus Stewart and Chris Vasata, close to the day of the murder and the day of the murder, correct?
Yes.
I'm moving further at this time.
Any redirect? Okay.
So going back to Mr. Vasata's phone, the phone calls, we still have the exhibit?
No.
The phone calls
Okay.
for Vasata. The state indicated that there was communication between Marcus Stewart and Mr. Vasata on the 5th, right? So I want to go to the phone calls that occur on the 5th as well. That is page 4 of the extraction.
Okay.
Okay, and 34, 33, and 32 on February 5th between the time of 11:58 and 12:17 p.m. There is a series of 3 phone calls between Mr. Vasata and Luke Kasukas.
Yes.
And then again, closer to 5 o'clock, line 15, February 5th, 2017. There is a phone call between Mr. Kasukas and Vasata at 4:53 p.m.
Yes, from Mr. Vasata to Mr. Katsukas.
Okay. And after that is when you are talking about text messages occurring between Mr. Vasata and Marcus Stewart.
Yes, so the phone call to Luke was at 4:53, and then the text messaging between Chris and Marcus were at 5:49 and 5:50.
And just to be clear, when the state was talking to you a few minutes ago about phone calls that occurred on the 3rd and the 4th between Marcus Stewart and Mr. Vasata, you called them missed calls?
It was listed in the phone as missed, yes.
What does that mean?
It means that the phone call was not answered.
Okay, and Mr. Stewart is not in Mr. Vasata's phone as a contact,
Okay,
right?
I think so. I'd have to Do you want me to go
Well,
through and check?
It shows up, right? Because
Mr.
when Charlie and Sean H. are in contact with Mr. Vasata, that is illuminated
Oh,
on the
you're right.
records.
Yes, he's not listed as a contact, just the phone number.
So in the days preceding February 5th, there are several calls from Marcus Stewart, who's not a contact in Mr. Vasata's phone, and Mr. Vasata does not answer the phone.
Yes.
Nothing further.
All right, you may step down, sir. Thank you very much. Let's gather up those exhibits. Anything further from the defense?
No, Judge, defense rests.
The defense rests. That means they're finished. State, do you have any rebuttal?
No.
So that's the end of the presentation of evidence. So what's going to happen now is I'm going to give you a break. Hopefully we've made some progress on our packets. And I think I want to tell you to get out of that jury room for right now. So I'm going to give you about a 15-minute break for us to organize it. Hopefully when you come in, we're going to have packets on your chairs. And let me just get this out of the way since we're headed right to it. So when you have your packets in your chair, we're going to sit down and I have to read them to you. Please follow along with me, because sometimes the copy machine eats a page. It's very, very important that each one of you has exactly what I'm reading. And you can take notes on it, whatever you want to do, because they're going to be yours. So put your name on the front, and when you go back to deliberate, you'll have your set of instructions for you to look at your leisure. So Deputy Dunkley, I tell you to take them on out. We're going to gather up in about 15 minutes. It could be as long as 20. And so get on outside. Don't deliberate. Don't research. Don't talk to anybody involved in the case. And gather up at the glass doors at around 10:15. Thank you, guys. Was I supposed to get an email?
There were medical things that they either happening, how it,
Have you, anybody had talked to Ms. Driscoll to help you all out?
I have not, but I just wanted to make sure we agreed on the.
That's, I would imagine they're done next door. Ms. Driscoll, if you're back there, could you come in?
They are done. I just got a copy off the printer over there, so they are done.
Great. And we could take up the, I think so. Let me just make sure I got a state attorney who, it's no problem. You can take the podium. And I think I got to let the defense, at this juncture, renew their JOA.
Yes, Judge, under the higher burden.
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
relying on my argument from yesterday, but
I
I do
appreciate
have
it.
one added argument.
Take your time.
In light of the state now pursuing a principle to someone else's transferred intent theory that we learned about just yesterday, I would argue that the state has not established that other person had a premeditated design, nor established who that person is, nor asserted who that person is, or established from which victim to which victim the intent was transferred to, Judge.
All right. So I'll have the same ruling. I deny it. And they're still working on the packet. So let me find Mona so she can help you all out. I think the copy machine's a better way to do it than printing.